Hey girl, it's Raya Maurelle, and girl, in today's video, I'll be showing you the must-have iPhone apps for college students or students in general, or honestly anyone in general. These are just apps that I think have really helped me be more productive, be more efficient. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I did make a video like this last year, but this one is different because this time around I added more practical apps. So not just apps that'll help you in school, but also apps that'll help you in life, you know, apps that'll help you budget your money, for example. And I even included games that I feel make you smarter so you can improve your intelligence by not actually studying. Does that make any sense? So basically what I'm trying to say is that this is a more well-rounded video, I guess. It's more holistic because it's not just purely academics, but again, apps that'll help you, hopefully help you in your day-to-day life. And I thought that this would be the perfect time to make this video because, you know, because of COVID-19, almost all schools, or I'm going to say all schools actually, are shifting to online classes. Everything is really digital now, so hopefully these apps will help you during this time, during this online education period. But before I begin this video, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, girl, I would love to have you be a part of our little family. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell to get notified every single time I post a video, Saturday, 2 p.m. Just a quick commercial break. I just want to give a huge shout out to Goodwall for sponsoring this video. So with summer job and internship season right around the corner, I honestly think that Goodwall is just a perfect app to have on your phone right now. And some of you might be wondering, what is Goodwall? So Goodwall is an app, and it's basically just a positive, inspirational community where you can discover opportunities from jobs to internships to scholarships, and also connect with a community of over 1 million members in over 150 countries, which is absolutely crazy. It's basically just networking made easier for you. So here's my profile on Goodwall. You can build your personal profile to showcase your achievements, skills, and ideas just all in one place. So it's basically your personal website that will help you stand out. So Goodwall is just great for finding inspiration by browsing your personalized feed. It's just a perfect platform to discover opportunities, again, from scholarships to internships to jobs. Okay, so this is my profile again. You can find me on Goodwall and check out the achievements I've added. So feel free to download the app for free in the App Store, create an account, post your achievement, ideas, or questions, and tag me, and I might just comment and give feedback on a few of yours. Okay, so let's begin. I have my phone over here. I'm actually gonna scooch over here so I can put the little insert over here. So we're gonna start with the more practical apps because this is the first time that I'm gonna be mentioning them. So first is Money Lover. If you guys watched my How I Spend My Baon video, I quickly mentioned Money Lover there. So Money Lover is a really great app for keeping track of your expenses. And one resolution or one goal that I set for myself this year is to really keep track of all of my expenses, because I'm not gonna lie, last year I went a little crazy. I kind of just bought whatever I wanted because last year was the first year that I actually really earned some money, you know, money that I could spend to like actually buy stuff. So I went a little crazy. Every time I wanted something, I would just buy it right away, and I didn't really think of saving. Now that I've gotten a little bit used to the concept of earning money, I'm a little less crazy and I'm a little less impulsive now with how I spend my money. And one reason why is because I've started to track my expenses. For me, at least, when I track my expenses, I am a little discouraged to spend because you see your total, you know, you see how much you spent in a month. I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've already spent that much. And it really makes you question, okay, do I really need to buy this then? Do I really need to spend my money on this? Because I feel like a lot of us spend a lot of money on things that aren't really that expensive. So maybe like going to a nice restaurant or getting a coffee from Starbucks. And because they are relatively small amounts, sometimes it's hard to remember that they add up. And when they add up, it can add up to a pretty large amount. Your small amount becomes a large amount. Suddenly the 200 pesos you spent on Starbucks turns into 20,000 pesos when you accumulate it because you bought Starbucks every single day. Recording my expenses has has really opened my eyes to that. And it also actually gives you reports. It'll show you like a pie chart of what you've been spending your money on. So for example, it's like 60% of your money you spent on shopping, 30% you spent on food, 10% you spent on health. And I really enjoy seeing that because I'm like, okay girl, you need to cut down on shopping a bit, you need to cut down on food a bit, you're spending a little bit too much there. So that's why I really like that app. So another app that is money related is BDO Personal, and this is specifically for those with a BDO account. So if you don't have a BDO account, just skip to this time. This has also helped me a lot because it helps me keep track of what I spend my money on using my debit card. For me, it's just really helpful to know how much money I have in the bank, because you can see like how much money you have in your bank on that app. So then you can, you know, judge for yourself, okay, can I really afford to spend this much money? Or do I really want to only have this amount left in my bank if I splurge on this? Also, it's really helpful as well because, you know, sometimes when you shop and suddenly there's an error when you swipe your card, and sometimes the store will be like, oh, can you swipe again? But then you don't know if the payment actually went through, so you don't want to get charged for the same item twice. So it's good to have that app as well, so at least when there's an error and they're like, oh, should we swipe again? Then you can check your app first to make sure that money wasn't taken from your account, then you can actually swipe again. And also, God forbid, there's some fishy transaction, at least you can see and report it to the bank and be like, I wasn't the one who spent this. Yeah, that's just easier to keep track of that. And next is slightly money related as well. This is our last money related one. This is also quite a specific app. This is the Globe One app for Globe users. If you're not a Globe user and you don't really think you'll need this app, skip to this time slot. For me personally, what I use it for is for my LTE, to monitor my data usage. Especially now that everything is online and Philippine Wi-Fi is very unstable. Shout out to PLDT and Globe and all the other Wi-Fi providers. You need to step it up because there's always some issues. I feel like, for me at least, I'm gonna be using my data way more. So for me, this app, I really like it because I get to track my LTE, and I am very infamous for going overboard. So my dad is actually the one who pays for my bill, for my phone bill. Before I had this app, he'd always be like, hey, you're over again, your bill's over 1,000 pesos, like, girl, keep track of your LTE because it's really expensive if you go over. I think it's like 2 pesos per 1 MB, which is absolutely insane. So ever since then, I just always check my phone and be like, okay, how much data do I have left? Do I have enough to like watch a YouTube video? So that is really helpful for me. It helps prevent unwanted charges. So I would definitely suggest that if you often use LTE on your phone. I just realized that I have like a Goodwall type thing here. Just ignore it. I literally just realized now. Next are news apps. I recommend that you download news apps just to keep you updated. You don't have to actually open the app and browse the app or whatever. I suggest you download the apps and then just turn on your notifications so that every time like a big story drops, it sends you a notification and it gives you like the headline and sometimes like a little blurb. I personally really like that because then I'm updated on what's going on in the world. We just need to be aware, you know, of what's going on, and I know it can be really tiring to actually go to a news site and read articles. So for me, it's really helpful to just have the headline there. And if I think it's interesting, then I'll tap on it. I have 3 news apps. I have CNN, I have New York Times, and for local news, I have GMA. So why GMA? Because I have heard that it is the most objective news outlet in the Philippines. For GMA, actually every day or every night, they give you a notification that says, here are today's headlines. And if you want to know, then you just click on it. Next, we're getting into games. This might sound kind of nerdy, but all my games are like mind games, like logic games. I personally think that they definitely help. They definitely make you a little bit smarter. At least that's what I think. So I'm gonna tell you guys the 3 games that I recommend that I really feel can help boost your intelligence or can help improve your skills that you can use in an academic setting. So the first game is Peak. So Peak basically is a brain workout game. So every single day you can do your brain workout. workout, and you can only do it once a day. They even give you streaks, like, oh, you've worked out for 14 days straight, which I think is so cute. I haven't done it in like a while because I've been super busy, but I think my highest was like 30 days, and I really like it because the brain workout, they test different skills. So they have memory, language, problem solving, coordination, what else? They have a bunch actually. I really think that it does help, and it does improve like my memory and my language, because it's a skill that you're working on every single day, especially if you play the game religiously and you really like work out your brain every single day. So I definitely recommend that. Next is Logic Pick. It's a game about nanograms. I think it's what it's called, nanograms. I really don't know how to explain the game other than it's kind of like Sudoku, but without numbers. So I actually discovered the game, the nanogram game, through Peep, because it was one of the challenges for one of the days, and I found it difficult at first. And I was like, wait, this is such an interesting game, and I want to play more of it, so I downloaded an app that was specifically for nanograms. So there's a bunch of nanogram puzzles, and I really like it because I think it's really good for problem solving. So I definitely recommend that app. And lastly is an app that I've been really into lately. It's Trivia Crack, and I've been so into it that I actually downloaded the paid version, the one without ads, because the ads were bothering me. I really like Trivia Crack because it makes you learn about a bunch of trivia. Some people might think that it's so useless, but I personally really like trivia. It's just nice knowing a bunch of random facts, and sometimes for bonus questions, like teachers will ask trivia questions, and it's just nice. I feel like it makes me a little bit smarter when I play that game, because I'm like, oh, now I know like 20 new facts, you know? And sometimes there are like facts that I'm like, oh wait, I did not know that, and it's like literally the most basic fact. And then I'm like, okay, thank God I played this game, because then when someone asks me that, I don't sound like dumb because I don't know the answer. So I really definitely suggest that game. It's really fun. You can play with your friends, you can play with random strangers. There's like a marathon version, it's like a survival version, which is so fun, and I really like it. Now we are transitioning. Now we are transitioning to the more academic apps, the apps that will really help you for school, like very school focused. And the first is, if you followed me for a while, you'll know. The first is Quizlet. So I will always include Quizlet in these videos, even though I've talked about them so many times, because I love Quizlet and I really don't know what I'd do without them. Quizlet is basically an online flashcards app, and it has helped me a lot. It's helped me ever since middle school, girl. Ever since I was in middle school, I've been using Quizlet, and it helps me a lot because I'm a reading and writing type of learner. So for me, the best type of study method is really to quiz myself, and Quizlet is a really nice way, an easy way to do that, because I don't have to physically make flashcards. So having an online flashcard app really helps me. I definitely recommend if you're someone who loves flashcards. And number two, I'm going to recommend all Google apps. All the apps in the Google ecosystem. So the traditional ones, of course, the Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Slides, just so that if you want to access your documents on your phone, if you want to edit them, it's all there. If you want to access a reading, you can access it from there. But just more, I'm going to add two more that are not as known, I think, that will really help you, especially during online classes season. Number one, the Google Classroom app. So for me, I think having the app is really useful because it immediately notifies you when your professor posts something. Because if you just access Google Classroom through the website, what I've noticed is the email notifications are quite late. So for example, your professor posted something February 20. Sometimes the email notification gets sent at like February 22. So what happens if what your teacher posted was something that was due that day? Then you're screwed. So I prefer the app because it immediately notifies you. And another one is Google Hangouts. Recently in one of my classes, my professor holds online classes through Google Hangout, and I actually discovered Google Hangout I think last year because all my YouTube meetings are done via Google Hangout, and now I use it for school as well. So there is an app version for it. For example, if your laptop is broken and you need to join the meeting using your phone, if you want to, download it. And next, this might be a little weird as well. Next is Miriam Webster. Yes, the dictionary. And I like it because if you add it to your, what do you call it? Like if you swipe right on your phone, there's like a little section. I don't know what you call it. But Miriam Webster, actually, if you add that to that section, they will give you a word of the day, a new word every single day, and I really like it. I think it's a really nice way of expanding your vocabulary one day at a time, you know, give yourself more complicated words to learn. I just swipe right and then I see the little bubble, Miriam Webster bubble, and it says a word of the day, and I think that it's super nice. And again, it's a really nice way, an easy way to expand your vocabulary. Next is Power Thesaurus. I use Thesaurus.com online, but Power Thesaurus is unique because it is, how do you call it? Like user added? Basically, you can add a synonym of a word. Because people add their own stuff, you get more options, more words to choose from compared to like Thesaurus.com. It has definitely been helpful for me. The next app is Office Lens. So Office Lens is one of those scanner apps where you like take a picture of something and it scans it for you. I honestly never used to believe in those apps. I was like, girl, it's literally just a camera. But I tried it recently, like just this year, and girl, it actually works really well. Like it actually looks like you scanned the document. Last month, like the day before my birthday, I was reminiscing, so I was going through my photo albums and I scanned a bunch of photos, and girl, they turned out really nice. They actually look scanned, and I've tried it on documents and it works really, really well. And I prefer this app because I have tried scanner apps in the past where they add a watermark, which is like, girl, who likes watermarks? So I like Office Lens because one, the outcome or the product is really, really nice, good quality. And number two, they don't put a watermark. Next is Be Focus, and Be Focus is for all my Pomodoro fans out there. Pomodoro users, followers, believers. The Pomodoro technique is a really good technique to use if you are someone who finds it difficult to focus on a task. The traditional way is 20 minutes of studying, focus studying, and then a 5-minute break, then 20 minutes studying, 5-minute break. And I used this a lot before. I don't use it now, and I only use it when I have a really tight schedule and I have so many things to do in a short amount of time. And lastly is ClassUp. So ClassUp is a way to make your schedule. So I'm just including this, even though it's more of like a one-time use app, because when I posted my schedule like before, like not this semester, I think last semester, I got so many DMs like, how did you make that? And I made it through ClassUp. ClassUp is a really nice way to make your schedule. Obviously, you're gonna add the time. You can also add like your professor's name, the room number, the class code, subject. It's a really easy and simple way to create your schedule for the semester. So that is it for today's video. Those are all my must-have apps for students. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any video suggestions, make sure to comment that down below. I'll see you next Saturday, 2 p.m. Bye, girl!